Hello and welcome everybody to another Edge of Eternities draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sadly at rank number 84. We were in the 30s and we were actually, I think, rank 18 or 17, but sadly the wheels kind of fell off. We had a really solid Rakdos deck, but just took a bunch of losses, got run over, and now we're in the 80s. Hopefully we can turn things around and get back into the 30s. Now, before we hop into this draft, just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Edge of Eternities or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks, go to TCGplayer.com, hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, go to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, everything you need to make sure you're fully ready for your next tabletop gaming experience, go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, everybody's ready? Let's go in. Absurd rare. Oh! This is an absurd rare. Now, normally I don't like forcing a color, but Quantum Riddler is on another level. This thing is absurd. I was actually thinking about this card. I was like, you know what would be nice? A Quantum Riddler. And we opened it. Let's go. What else is in the pack? Some blue cards, Uthero Scanship, Cryo Shatter, Gene Pollinator, Plasma Bolt. Doesn't really matter. We're not going to table anything. We are passing a couple of blue cards here, but let us try and hard cut blue here if possible for one of, if not the best rare in the entire set. Okay, I mean, this is a start. Quantum Riddler into Thrumming Hivepool. There are some decks that just straight up lose to this card. I'm going to take this. There's the weaker version of that in the Use Social Engineering and a bunch of random commons here. Depressurize is fine too, but Hivepool is a legitimate late game win condition, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to be very happy to take it here as well. Okay, so there's a Servondum, but given that I took the Quantum Riddler, I'm just going to pass it. And I'm also going to pass the Pulsar Squadron Ace here. I think these cards don't really want you to be playing like a blue-white deck. You're kind of wanting to ramp with landers. So for me, I have a couple of options. It's Cryo Shatter and Orbital Plunge. And, you know, normally I would take Orbital Plunge here, but I'm actually going to take Cryo Shatter. Here's why. I already have two amazing late-game win conditions in the Quantum Riddler and the Thrumming Hivepool. I want to cut off blue, right? I want to cut off blue. I think the Plunge is a better card, but I just absolutely need cheap things in my deck to get me to the late game. And the Cryo Shatter is the perfect type of card for me trying to accomplish that as my end game goal. Here we have, it's a Light Luminary, which is quite good, but there's also Mechanozoa, Cavron Harrier, and Nebula Dragon. And again, I'm just going to cut off the blue. I'm going to take the Mechanozoa here. I don't mind these red cards, but I'm just, like, I think Mechanozoa is a good enough card where I should just take it and then see where this goes. Okay. There was a Night Luminary in the last pack. Like, white looks to be pretty open. That's a pretty late Banishing Light, so I'm going to take it here. Green is not particularly open. There's a Melded Moxite, but I'm just going to take the Banishing Light just because it's by far the best card in the pack. I mean, it's possible the person I passed to took Servondum into Night Luminary, but I just think this is too powerful of a card. And it still helps us get to that like late game plan of just like remove whatever needs to be removed. Even the Mechanozoa can slow my opponents down and then just try to win with these other cards. Yeah, I mean, look, you can't deny it, right? It's just like blue and white is where we need to be. And as much as I like Rayblade Trooper, I think I'm taking Banishing Light. This is a different... This start indicates to me that I kind of want to be a little more controlling and have a little more removal to not get run over. So I think I want to take the Banishing Light. Okay, well, this is ridiculous. I mean... Triple Banishing Light and a Cryo Shatter. Okay. I don't really love Steel Swarm Operator. I actually think Mechan Navigator is better, and I already have a Mechanozoa. So yeah, let's take this. I mean, 3 blue cards here. This actually kind of feels like where we need to be, so happy enough with this. Weft-Blade Enhancer. I mean, none of these cards are particularly strong. I don't know. I really don't know about that pack. All right, Starbreach Whale or Brightspear Zealot. I think this card's pretty mediocre, but it does block pretty well. But I'll take the whale. Look, it helps me find my bombs. But certainly these 2 cards can be cut. Like, these 8 cards here are rock solid. Bunch of mental modulations if I care about drawing 2 cards. But yeah, bunch of removal. Just could use some card draw and some things to do early. We have some of the late game stuff covered. Gonna take another Cryo Shatter here over Dockworker Drone and Steel Swarm Operator. There's a Dubious Delicacy, which is also quite nice. But I'm trying to plant my flag here. All right, Gigastorm Titan is great, so I'm gonna take that. Especially with Cryo Shatter, it's very, very nice. And also decent with Warp cards. Sea Chip Agrarian is also decent, but happy enough picking up another creature here in the Gigastorm Titan. Command Bridge, I'm not really going to look to play unless I absolutely, like, open some bomb that I want to splash. I don't really love this in a 2-color deck. Would like more card draw. Like, I have a Navigator and a Quantum Riddler, but, like, you know, Cryogen Relic obviously would be a super, super welcome addition here. All right. Is this a legend? It is not a legend. Dang. So Seriema can be good if you have a good legend, but I really just need good cheap creatures, and Station Monitor is fantastic in blue-white, so I think I'm just going to take this here. And now we have this pack. Ooh, Scour for Scrap is really interesting. Wow, look at this pack, by the way. Yeah, so we the person that we're passing to is not in green or black, most likely, so I think, my guess is can they be blue-white? I don't think that's possible, right? Anyways, what do I take here? There's a Scour for Scrap. I don't really care about any of these other cards. And being able to search for Thrumming Hive Pool is really, really interesting to me. So I'm just going to take it because it has the highest upside. Like, there's Dubious Delicacy on the splash, but let's just take the Scour for Scrap. I think there's a decent chance I don't play the card, but we'll just take it here and see. Here we have Pulsar Squadron Ace versus Starfighter Pilot. This blocks better. I don't have any spacecrafts right now, but I'd rather just have this over the Pilot for now. Like, probably not going to play this. All right, I don't think it's Seam Rip here, and I kind of just need more 2-mana creatures. And given that I have 5 removal spells, I do like Radiant Strike, but my curve is already pretty high. So I'm actually going to take the Ilvoy Operative here, just to make sure that I just have a good number of cheap things to play for my deck. Here, again, not going to take Starport Security. That's a late Zookeeper Mechan, but I will just take Mechanizoa. Now, again, this is like not the type of, like, all of these cards I don't have to play. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Definitely getting cut off in this pack. But I think, I mean, look, I pass a ton of white in pack 1, but I do feel like pack 3 is going to be very good for us. So we just need to survive pack 2. All right, Ilvoy Galeblade, I think, is the pick. Something cheap, blocks, cycles, gets me to the late game. I think it's better than like an Exosuit Savior. And it's a cheap thing that lets me double spell. Here, wow, there's a lot of playable cards here. Plasma Bolt, wow. I'll take a second Command Bridge. Again, this is like, if I open an absurd rare, you never know, right? So these are all maybes. You know what? Let's just get rid of all. We have 13 cards I'm reasonable playing, but I'm sure I can definitely pick up more cards here for my deck. All right. Well, I did say I want card draw, and I do like Uthro Scanship a fair amount here. So I think I'm going to take that over the Radiant Strike and a Galeblade. A lot of decent cards in all the different colors, but I do like the Scanship a fair amount. Also nice that I have the Pulsar Squadron Ace. And also good with the Mechan Navigator, so. Honestly, this could be a decent Wormwall Sweeper deck too, if I absolutely need. This is, however, not a good All Fate Scroll deck. Another Servondum, okay, which is unfortunate. There's a Dockworker Drone and Ilvoy Operative here. Not really sure which one I like more. I think these are easier to get late. I think they're close. Let's take the Dockworker Drone. Look, they're close. All right, Starfield Shepherd. Remember what I said, white was super open. I mean, Cryogen Relic is great, and so is Gigastorm Titan. I wish Cryogen Relic and Starfield Shepherd weren't in the same pack. But the Shep, I mean, I even have a Gale Blade to gate with this card. It gets me land drops. I think it's better than the Relic, but it's closer than it seems. Let's just put it that way. But I do think this is the pick here. Another Steel Swarm Operator, Servandum number 3. I could have had Servandum number 3 with Seriema. But I still feel like my blue-white deck's just as good, right? Like, I have a Quantum Riddler in my deck. Come on. So let's take Cryo Shatter number 3, and we are rock solid on our removal suite here. And, ooh, Gale Blade number 2? Or Pinnacle Kill Ship? I actually think I'm just going to take Gale Blade number 2. I care about double spelling. And I have a Starfield Shepherd, so having 2 1-drops seems good. And I have some decent ways to win in the late game already. All right. Pack 3, pick 6 gives us Auxiliary, Boosters, and Unravel. I'm in for an Unravel. Gravkill, pick 7, and a Harmonious Grove Strider. What is happening? I mean, I'm not... I actually have enough removal in blue and white where I don't need to splash removal. I guess I'll take the Sweeper here, but not confident I'm going to want to play that. Not really a Nutrient block deck. I guess I'll take Brightspear Zealot in case I need a 3-drop. Wow. Look at these packs. What? I mean... Okay. Before I was talking about how like a lot of packs are just absolutely unplayable, and then now we see stuff like this. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, I'm just going to rare draft here. I'm not taking the Light Jammer. I actually don't mind Divert Disaster as well. Could honestly play both. The question here is, like, do we have enough ways to win the game? Yeah, this does not feel like a deck that cares enough about Scour for scrap. Sadly. There's a Starport Security, but I don't think I'm going to play it. Like, obviously I can get it with Starfield Shepherd, but I think getting the Gale Blade's just better anyways. Oh, there's the Mechanozoas and the Starbreach Whales. Yeah. I mean, look, let's bring these all in, but I kind of feel like I'm looking for top-end stuff more than anything. So let's cut this. I like the rest of my 2-drops. I'm not confident that the Dockworker Drone was better or worse than Illboy Operative. I mean, I think they're both really close. And I don't even think either of them are particularly, like, super strong or anything. All right, I'm going to start moving some, like, maybe cards here to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I kind of like everything else. And this gives us 13 creatures. It's funny, we have, like, this big divide between cheap things and expensive things. I mean, Gigastorm Titan hopefully is, like, a 4-mana play. I mean, it can potentially be a 3-mana play, given our deck. I'm surprised one of the Gale Blades didn't table. And yeah, winning with these flyers and the spacecraft is like a legitimate path to victory. And also just like random large 5/5s can also help with that. So I think I want to play all these big top-end things. And then we just need to figure out the last card for our deck. I don't have that many 3-mana creatures, I will say. I mean, not to say that I necessarily need one. Also, given that my creature count's kind of on the lower side, I don't know how much I want to play Wormwall Sweeper here. I think I just want another creature. Given that my creature count's pretty low, like, just removal spell. Like, I don't think I want Divert Disaster. It doesn't play really well with the double spell stuff. Granted, I only have 3 cards that care about that stuff. And I also have no 3-mana creatures here. And as far as creatures that I think are the best at blocking, again, I think it's kind of close between Flight. Like, I like the Sweeper usually if I have more creatures. But like I said, I don't think I have enough. So do I want a Brightspear Zealot or do I want a Flight Deck Coordinator? If I had more spacecrafts and could more reliably tap this to gain me some life, I think that would be good. But I just feel like I'd rather just be blocking. So let's try the Zealot, even though I don't love the card at all. But my deck is very bad at blocking. And this is like one of the only things I can play early that allows me to block. So why don't we try that? All right. Let's give this a whirl. Okay, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Special shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate all your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join an awesome community of folks also looking to up their limited game. Super helpful people there. I try to be active. Check it out. Okay, 3 lands here. I mean, this hand is beautiful. We have Starfield Shepherd, 1-drop. I mean, we even drew a Nilvoid Galeblade, which is great. I kind of want lands. Like, I don't know. Should I get a Plains or an Nilvoid Galeblade? I'm not actually sure. Well, I guess it's more likely to be a Nilvoid Galeblade. But I'm just going to play a Mechan Navigator here. Like, I'm happy trading the Navigator with the Umbral Caller Zealot, if that's an option. Requiem Monolith. Ugh, gross. That card gets me, like, every time. I guess they could technically attack me. Because if I block, they draw a bunch of cards. Alright, you know what? Why don't we actually Cryo Shatter this? So when it takes damage, it dies. And then let's attack with both. And let us discard Pulsar Squadron Ace. Alright. And then let's play a Gigastorm Titan. I mean, this is just like a 2-3, and I only have 1 spacecraft in my deck. I feel like the land is more valuable here. Alright. They've drawn 2 cards off of this thing. That's fine. Like, we're still putting on a decent amount of pressure here. Starbreach Whale. Okay. I mean, they have to have... It might be a Radiant Strike, which would be the most annoying of the removal spells if they have one. Yeah, especially because they have Requiem Monolith. That's super annoying. The way I look at this is like, yeah, if I don't draw a land, that's kind of unfortunate. If I don't draw a land, then I don't get to play Starfield Shepherd, but I feel like a good route to victory here is just with flyers. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah, I mean, the 3 life from this was so big. All right. Oh, that's brutal. I think I'm just getting rid of the counterspell here. I mean, if I tap it, I kill it. But I'd rather use this to tap down some other blocker that they play. So why don't I just warp in the Starbreach Whale here and just try to find lands? Don't want the operative, but I will keep the island. This is so ridiculous. This thing has drawn them 3 cards. I mean, I guess they've taken 3 damage, but still. It's like, if they stabilize at all, we are in so much trouble. Tragic Trajectory too? Yeah. Yep. I mean, I literally think this person was in our draft and was the person that we were passing to. They have multiple Servandums. Pretty sure we passed an Umbral Collar Zealot as well. Yep. I'm going to crack one of these. I need to draw land number 6. Okay, drew land number 6. Four cards in hand for the opponent. This Servandum is... Can we find a Banishing Light? We got 3 of them in our deck. We already drew 2 of our Cryo Shatters. Whew. Okay. It's a good one. So we have both of our 1-drop, so now I can play this to get a Plains if I want. Or I can just play like a Starbreach Whale or something. I mean, we'll see what they do. Okay, so Starport Security, sure. Oh, they have a removal spell here too? This is so gross. Alright, they're playing very defensively because they are winning the late game here with all the cards they got from the Requiem Monolith. Alright, well, Station Monitor is certainly a good draw. Okay, ooh, Thrumming Hive Pool. That's what I'm talking about. Well, Servandum's going to draw them a million cards. Ugh. But what can you do? That's going to be such a huge turnaround. I'm not blocking with any of these cards, so... Coast is clear now for the opponent. Incredible turn, and the Monolith is going to continue drawing them cards. I mean, I really wanted to find a... I have 3 Banishing Lights still left in my deck. I really need to find an answer to the Servandum. And a Cryo Shatter. Wow. The fact that they didn't attack with the other creatures when they knew they were going up to 10 life... I think that's a little bit too conservative, honestly. But it's a good thing for me. It's a good thing for me. All right. If they have a 3rd Servandum, they were 100% in our draft. Okay, they don't. I mean, their deck looks very, very solid. Like, good removal. Double Servandum, Seriema, Starfield Shepherd. Like, the only card I don't like in their deck is the Swarm Color. Everything gets Death Touch. Also, this has Indestructible. Holy cow. What do I do? What we do is put 2 lands on the bottom. And pass. It just gives everything Death Touch, which is like really obnoxious here. They didn't utilize their Monolith to draw any cards last turn, which I also think was probably a mistake. And I don't have a good window to play the Hive Pool just yet. So main phase, tap the Whale. Wow, that's very aggressive. Oh, it's only 2 mana. Okay, fair enough. All right, well, we're going to try to minimize some of the damage that we take here. All right, serve, okay. Wait, this actually didn't attack? I just don't think double spelling here does too much. Like, it's just hard for me to double spell anyways. Okay, we'll just do that. Crack this. Okay, Mechanizoa. This is like a classic example of just like, my opponent has so many good options. It's like hard to mess up. But like, they're trying. Like, they didn't keep up a black mana for the Hull Carver. They're not using their Requiem Monolith, or they forgot one activation. They're not being as aggressive when they should be. But now they remembered, so now it's like, I don't know. I don't like my chances. Oh, so another land there is not ideal. Oh, I have a Quantum Riddler in my deck too. I totally forgot about that. All right, let's warp this in. Tap down Servandum. Turn it on. Have no good attacks. And pass. I'm fighting the good fight here, but man, I have 3 Banishing Lights in the last 25% of my deck. All right, Hull Carver is the play from the opponent. Okay. That doesn't even... I mean, I guess if they have more 1-drops to play, it's good. Yeah, sure. If they warp it in and get another 1-mana creature, I guess. No, they're just casting it. Yeah, I mean, that gets you value. You get a Plains. You do miss out the... See, I don't know if that's even worth. Like, I think there might have been more value in just tapping something down with Starport Security. Also, they should be drawing cards with Requiem Monolith still. Alright, so I do have, like, if... Just give me a Banishing Light! I'm gonna draw the Riddler when I have, like, no cards left, and it's just not gonna matter. Like, if I can chain the Riddler into a bunch of Banishing Lights, like, I'm still absolutely in this game. Alright, they're surveilling. Did they put a card on top, or did they put the land in the yard? I don't remember. Is there any other reason why a land would be in the graveyard? It must have been surveilled, right? I think what my opponent should do here is wait 1 turn, tap down my things, and go for the win. Wow. Well, I did draw Quantum Riddler. As long as you have 1 or more shoot... It's awkward because, like, do I die? Because they can tap down 2 things here. So I feel like playing a Thrumming Hive Pool is just not ideal. So, unfortunately, I think the correct play is to just cast Quantum Riddler and try to draw, like, another removal spell here. Just so I don't just get run over and die. Like, in order to maximize value, the correct thing would be to play Thrumming Hive Pool and warp in the Quantum Riddler and draw 2 cards. And, you know, that does give me a good shot at finding Banishing Light, but... Oh! Sorry, I misread this card. I am a big dum-dum. I completely misread this card. Alright. I thought if it was the last card in your hand. Okay. Well, that's fantastic. Can't kill a 5/5 flyer, though. Okay. Alright, well, I'm feeling certainly much better about this, but... Dawnstrike Vanguard? With Seriema? Oh my goodness. I mean, they're at 9. But they have 4 flyers. Okay. What is this? Do they legitimately have a good attack here? They could have just tapped it with the Seriema. Why did they do that? Okay. I do not believe I have a lethal attack. I could kill the Seriema, but they can still continue pumping up their squad here with the Dawnstrike Vanguard. So I need to, like... I need to go wide and beat them. This is a crazy, crazy game. Half their deck is lands, but we also have a lot of lands in our deck too. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, never mind. I only have 2 lands left in my deck. Okay. So we have another Banishing Light and another Cryo Shatter as interactive spells. Banishing Light on the Seriema would go a long way. I do not like this attack at all, but I hope they make it. It's almost like they're trying to force the issue here. Like, trading their 6/6 for my 4/4 flyer seems pretty bad. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough time to kill them with the Thrumming Hive Pool. Because I'm drawing cards with the Quantum Riddler. They're at 9 life. Are there any good attacks I can make with my flyers? Because I also don't want to die on the attack back, right? So I think we wait. So I'm not playing this land because I maybe shouldn't deck myself. So we'll see how this goes. And they're just trying to deck me right now. Like, I've drawn my entire deck. And I've drawn a lot of my top end stuff too. So I have 2 cards left. That is a Cryo Shatter. Okay. Attack. 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 See what they look to do here. So the Scanship can attack, and now I don't want to play the Dockworker drone because I need to give myself an extra turn of the Thrumming Hive Pool. What a crazy game. Yeah, this also is fine. Obviously, we want to kill the 4/3. At 38 life. We'll pass. And we have plenty of ground blockers here, so I just don't think they're in a position to attack me. And... oh, that's good. Yeah. Next turn, I might have to just attack with everything, honestly. Alright, they're at 7. Okay. Okay, Brightspear Zealot. All right, so they... I mean, clearly the Flyers are attacking. If these all attack, did they just block everything? They can basically block all of my ground creatures and basically eat almost all of them. Well, these 3 would eat 3 of my slivers. And these would eat these cards, and then how much would I take on the attack back? I'm at 13. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, let's go. Okay. Okay. So Starport Security will die after this. So they'll have 3, 6, 9 damage coming in. And perhaps an auxiliary booster, so that would be 12 damage. And then, of course, I don't know what they have in their hand. But with 1 card left in my library, I just feel like I need to make some very aggressive attacks. Now, the creatures that are being... The ones that are being blocked by the 1/1s, they're going to be able to attack again next turn. You know what I mean? All right, they're at 2. I'm at 13. I hope they don't play Virus Beetle. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Brightspear Zealot, because Virus Beetle does kill me. Yeah, I shouldn't have played the Zealot. I shouldn't have played the Zealot because Virus Beetle kills me. Okay, oh, never mind. Maybe I should have played the Zealot. 13-2. If I win this game, it would just be just the actual craziest. I mean, it's certainly possible. 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The last card in our deck is a land. Okay. All right, here we go. Come on, Thrumming Hive Pool. What a game 1. I mean, regardless of what happens. Wow. Wow. I cannot believe I won this game. That was absolutely ridiculous. And that was just 1 game. But that might be one of the most epic game 1s ever. Like, the fact that with the Quantum Riddler, like, I chose to actively not draw 2 cards a turn to give myself enough time for my Sliver Hive to make enough tokens to actually kill my opponent. Whew. What a game. All right, you know what? Let's get less games like that and more games where I just like play Quantum Riddler and steamroll my opponents. How about that? I mean, this hand's fine. Look, it's got all the cards that let me survive until the late game. Right, the Cryo Shatter and the Banishing Light. Drew a second blue so I can play the Unravel, sure. What is that, Lava Claw Reaches? Umbral Collar Zealot, okay. This is unfortunate because, like, this is still a really good passive to have in play, but I just need to make sure I, you know, respect my life total here. Sasurian Voidborn. I'm gonna just keep up Unravel here. Just counter anything. If I can draw a 2-drop next turn, that would be ideal. You have another 2-drop? Oh, it's just a nutrient block, sure. I did not find a 2-drop. Alright, well. Look, I gotta do what I gotta do. I want to keep my life total high. Let's keep the Voidborn out of this. They get to sack the nutrient block to the Umbral Color Zealot. Drain me for 1, gain, draw a card. Very good. With the Surveil. Next turn, I will basically Banishing Light almost anything and play Gigastorm Titan. And then play the Mechanizoa and tap down the Umbral Color Zealot to kill it off. But, like, Right now, I'm just trying to preserve my life total, right? Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. Glacier Godmaw? And they got to draw... Oh, wow. That was a really good turn, Rotten Log. Props to you. Props to you. You drew a bunch of cards. Got a lot of action going. We're going to kill this Seed Chip Brute Tender. Then I'm going to play Gigastorm Titan. And now it's the waiting room to draw one of my 2 bombs. Right? It's like, can I find one of my 2 bombs? Okay, they're going to get a forest with that. Drain me, sure. All right. Well, that's kind of all I have. I have this Banishing Light. They're up on resources right now, so I need to find some ways to like look at cards. You know, Starbreach Whale, Uthro Scanship. Those would all obviously be very strong. Oh, there is the Scanship. Let's play it. All right. Yeah. I mean, they're getting me kind of low. At least they didn't get a token off this use social engineering. And I'm going to take 2 here because now, like, next turn I can turn the Scanship into a 4/4 flyer if they don't kill my Gigastorm Titan. But this is just a matter of, like, look at this deck. Everything comes into play and does something. Okay, well, they have double Glacier Godmaw with, like, all of these value cards. I mean, it's simply just not something that I can actually handle. This thing tramples. Let's play this and draw a card. Or I guess we'll do this. I'm looking for a Banishing Light, I suppose. This is ridiculous. I'm looking for a Cryo Shatter, I suppose. I don't think this is enough, sadly. Yeah. Glacier Godma dealt 10 damage out of nowhere. Not where you want to be. Man. Man. Yeah. I mean, really good draw. Solid deck from the opponent. They have a lander here, and that's going to give this trample. Good beats. Not much more to say beyond. The thing is, our deck is like super average, but then we have the 2 bombs, and it's just a matter of whether or not we can find and play those bombs before our opponent runs us over. And that was just far too much value on their side. Like, they literally didn't play a creature that was just like, hey, I'm a 3-mana 3/3. That I can deal with. Alright, opponent on the play. This is our hand. Ilvoy Galeblade, Unravel, and a couple of Mechanozoas. I'm playing the Mechanozoas as just like more beef to play in the late game. As alternate ways to kind of win the game. Chrome Companion, sure. I think I'm happy trading the Galeblade for the Chrome Companion. It's a Thawbringer, sure. The question is, what do I do next turn? Oh, Cryo Shatter's pretty good. Not like a great use of my mana, though. I mean, I can tap down the Thawbringer, but like, is that even good? Like, leaving up Unravel seems quite strong, so I'm going to actually just Banishing Light the Thawbringer here. And pass. The thought process here is, like, I'm happy with this trade. If they play, like, a random large creature, I can Cryo Shatter, and then I can Unravel. Now, if they play Siege Ship Agrarian specifically, that would be pretty bad for me. Okay, trade my 1-drop for their 2-drop, and here we are. So they didn't play anything. Alright, well, this is fine. 3 mana, sure. No value for you. Alright, and let's play Pulsar Squadron Ace. We missed. It's a 2-3. What is their hand? I'm very curious. Here's a 6 mana 5/5. Okay, Tractor Beam, sure. You know what I say, right? You just gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you just gotta play a bunch of Mechanizoas. They probably just have a... Oh, diplomatic relations? Ha ha! I mean, this is why Tractor Beam is so strong, by the way. I'm going to hold off on this, because I think there's more... I'm not putting enough pressure on them. There's more value in being able to make a flyer, so I'm waiting for them to play a creature. This is, like, the biggest, like, do-nothing match... Like, what do you have, opponent? Are you as flooded as I am? Do you have, like, premium removal that you don't want to use on Pulsar Squadron Ace? It's just kind of funny. Vote out. Maybe, oh, maybe they're, like, super greedy and don't have the colors that they need. Okay. Whoo! Was that a turn? Was that a turn? All right. That was a good turn. We drew the Quantum Riddler. Gigastorm Titan. Sure. All right, so let's just make sure we play around Divert Disaster. So I have 9 mana, so 3 plus 5. Suppose I can just Cryo Shatter. And then I can draw 2 more cards by doing it this way. And then we drew Gigastorm Titan, okay. Well, Quantum Riddler drew us 4 cards. Yeah, it's a messed up Magic the Gathering. Like, outside of that, both of our decks is just like, we had like a very similar setup, right? Just like random creatures here and there. It's just like, who gets to play their uncommons and rares and win the game? And in that game, it was us. In the last one, it was our opponent. Also, is it just me, or did white kind of dry up in pack 3? I feel like I got all my Banishing Lights in pack 1. Didn't even see any Night Luminaries. Anyways, I'm going to keep this hand here. Solid hand. Galeblade, Mechan Navigator, Scanship, Mechanizoa. I'm going to try to hold the Mechanizoa so that I can station the Scanship if and when I can. Oh, that's mega interesting. I think this puts a little more pressure. Like, if my opponent doesn't have a creature, they're not going to want to attack me. Okay, so they have a creature, I guess. But, like, what if I Banishing Light the creature? Oh, it's an Edge Rover? That's interesting. Oh, man. And those are both creatures that I would like to play. Huh. Wow. I'm thinking here. It's a pretty big turn, to be honest. It's like, do I want to give them the opportunity to draw cards? Or to ramp here? It also lets me ramp, that's the thing. Actually, I'm just gonna warp this in, never mind. I just feel like I don't want the blue-green deck to get a lander that early. That's kind of why I did that. But I wanted to get the loot off the navigator. Excuse me? Green Sun Zenith? That's a playable card? Alright, you paid 4 mana for a Thawbringer. Sure. They kept on top. They're being aggressive, yep. And we drew the planes. I think I just want to keep the navigator back to block the Thawbringer. So let's just like slowly work on pumping up the scan ship. This is not blocking anything very well, and I don't really care about a loot here. We could potentially take lots of damage this turn, I will say. So we'll see. But if they use a removal spell on the navigator, they're not adding to the board. And the next turn I can go Station Monitor plus Banishing Light, make another token, continue working on crewing this up. So I think those are all pretty good things to do. All right, happy enough blocking with the 4-power creature here. Look, I mean, especially with the Thrumming Pool, it's just like, just trying to survive, doing what we can to survive. They definitely kept a land on top, I think. Of that previous Surveil. Not sure what they want to do here. But next turn, it's a pretty... What is this? Oh, Green Sun Zenith. What do they have? Two, 4, 5, 6. If I had enough to station this, that would have been good, but just going to keep the Dockworker drone back. So they surveilled the card to the top, but it wasn't a land? Interesting. Actually, maybe I should have put it on the station monitor. Whatever. Like, I know I want to Banishing Light something else, but this just seems too good not to do. Being able to trigger the station monitor here and play Gigastorm Titan seems just way too strong. I mean, look at this. Like, we're attacking... Now we have, like, a massive board advantage. And if I draw a land, I can play Mechanizoa to just seal the deal. Or Thrumming Hivebird. Oh, Hive Pool, rather. Yeah, I think putting in the counter on the plus the 1/1 flyer makes more sense, because the Gale Blade I might want to crack to draw a card. The Station Monitor I don't like, just because they were probably going to kill that anyways. Now, putting it on the monitor does allow me to play around litho breaking, if that's something that they have. I think of the 3 options, I literally put it on the worst one. Oh well. Okay, Uthro Scion Assist into Nova Hellkite. Okay. Hit me for 4, I guess. Are they splashing this thing? Oh, that's not ideal. Well, certainly the flyers and this is getting in. The question is if they have close encounter. Like, they have to block this anyways. How important is getting in for an extra 2 points of damage? I'm just going to respect the 2 green mana there because I don't have lethal. And play it this way. I mean, Nova Hellkite doesn't kill me. I'm at 6 life. Whew. All right. All right. 3-1. Didn't even need the Quantum Riddler this time. Did not. But whenever you have the games where you don't draw the Riddler, my games are going to be a lot closer. All right, on the play here, I'm going to keep... I forgot I had Starfield Shepherd in my deck. But yeah, we drew the Quantum Riddler, which is great. Although right now, I think... I'm just going to warp this in. No need to show this for now, like... And I'm just going to get a Plains. Not going to get too greedy here. Just want to hit my land drops. I have plenty of stuff to do with my mana. Beamsaw Prospector, okay. Get a nice little blocker here. Double Banishing Light, Quantum Riddler, Island, Mechanozoa in hand with 3 lands in play, and a Starfield Shepherd, which can get us to land number 6 at some point. Night Luminary on the Warp, sure. I guess if they attack me, they're representing Focus Fire. Sure. Okay, I need a relevant play next. Wow. That counts. Alright, well, maybe I find a better play here. Just play this, draw a card. Illvoid Galeblade. I think I would rather play the Mechan Navigator here. Because this lets me potentially loot and find land number 5 to play all my other stuff. I'll take 2. Or 3, rather. Night Luminary, sure. Yeah, sadly we couldn't find a land here. But I think I like having this as a blocker for the Night Luminary. So, I think missing a land drop here is okay. I can just go Illvoid Operative and play the Galeblade. And I'll have a 3-2 here as well. Like, I'm just trying to, you know, keep my life total at a reasonable amount. Now, granted, this Secluded Starforge is also kind of problematic. Okay, I'm okay with this. Dual Sun Adepts. Oh, that one's pretty good. Oh my gosh, I had like Quantum Riddler, this got me a land too, but we still can't hit land number 5. Sad, sad times. Oh, that's really disappointing. And I don't want to Cryo Shatter one of these 1/1s, so we're just gonna wait. They didn't sack their lander. Huh. I don't know about that. Maybe they have mono with Circuit Feeder. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Just want to land. They can't even make... Yeah, like, if they got a land, they could have made a 2/2. That's so bizarre to me. I mean, with all this mana up, I'm not going to play the Riddler first. And I'm going to get Plains again. I'm not getting an Ilvoy Galeblade. This lets me just, like, run out Mechanizoa if I need. And now I can at least try to win through the skies. And if they... So, I think they had a removal spell. And they're holding it for the Riddler still. Oh, it was mono with Circuit Feeder. Okay. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. Okay. I mean, that makes some sense. It absolutely does. I'm trying to empty out my hand so that I can play the Quantum Riddler and have it be good. While also pumping up this Ilvoy Operative if I can. So why don't we go Banishing Light on the Circuit Feeder. Then why don't we warp this in. Tap you down, attack. Because next turn I can play Mechanizoa and Cryo Shatter. And so all of a sudden, this Ilvoy Operative becomes a real problematic threat to deal with. Because I'm pretty sure that they have a Grav Kill in their hand based on what they were doing previously. And I just want to try to make things awkward for them. Nice. Banishing Light on Banishing Light. Fair enough. Well, it can't kill... It doesn't kill my Operative, at least. Flight Deck Coordinator. Oof. I'm at 11. They're at 18. What about Cryo Shatter, Quantum Riddler? Draw 2 cards. Alternatively, I can just go Cryo Shatter, Mechanizoa. That's quite strong. Let's put some pressure here on the opponent. Use every last bit of mana. We have a 5/4 and a 5/5. They have that Secluded Starforge. 3 cards in hand. Oh, Banishing Light was the removal spell. Now, do they have another removal spell? They sure do. Radiant Strike. And, whew, all right. Good beats. And they gain 2 life. Night Luminary warped in. Okay. It's a close one. Hopefully now the Quantum Riddler can get us back into this game. Play the land. Let's keep double blue up for Unravel. Do I have Unravel? Yeah, I do. Warp. I don't know how much I want Cryo Shatter. Also, have I been playing a land every turn? I think I have. I guess I'll keep the Cryo Shatter. And I'm at 23, they're at 9. I'm gonna just chill. Because I think it's very likely that they kill my Operative here. Or kill my Quantum Riddler, and I want to have the other creature back. They had a really, really strong draw here. So they also kept this because they have Tragic Trajectory in their hand. So good for them. Yeah. Oof. I mean, yeah. It's going to be hard to beat 4 removal spells. We're going to try, though. I mean, we've gotten a lot of value off of our cards. I think what ultimately is going to end up killing us here, though, is the Secluded Star. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, wow. They targeted their own thing. They could have hit me down to 3. What just happened? They could have killed my operative, attack me for 6, put me to 3, and then have 5 attackers? That I think was very, very bad. Like, my opponent hates to give me value. I get it, I guess. I strongly dislike that line that they took. This is tough. I mean, maybe they find removal. I don't know. Oh, man. That being said, I think I'm still probably dead. The only way I can win is by being very aggressive here. And hoping they don't draw a removal spell. Because they're going to go wide with that Starforge, so I just need to be aggressive. Like, what can I possibly draw other than a sweeper when they have 5 creatures and I'm at 3 life? You know what I mean? Like, these are all worse things to have drawn. I mean, they're fine. I mean, they're absolutely fine. And Hull Carver was the very, very annoying one here. Oh, we actually had a very good draw, but again, they had an equally good draw. And like, I'm very concerned about that Starforge, even though it hasn't done anything yet. It's just like, I'm kind of out of action here now, right? I need to draw the Sliver artifact. I hope they warp something in. That's one way to win. That took more time than just attacking with one creature. What are you doing? I mean, I have to counter it. Okay. The Thrumming Hive Pool is on the bottom 5 now. It's not good. I mean, that was a good sequence for sure. But like, it's crazy how I needed Scanship there, turn it on, play a Gigastorm Titan and Pulsar Squadron Ace just to even up the board. I mean, because that's all I did. And I'm kind of out of card draw options, actually. Need to draw one of my... need to draw my last Banishing Light for the auxiliary boosters, I think. Trying to figure out what to attack with. And not leave myself dead, because they have 6 attackers. Chip away, slowly. They get to make a 2/2. I guess they can move this, which is kind of annoying. I'm gonna block, because like I need to find answers anyways. Maybe we can rattle off some spells in a row here. Umbral Collar Zealot, sure. Okay. I mean, this is just so many creatures, and we drew 2 lands, so 3, 4, 5. I guess I can't really attack anymore. Yeah, I mean, those were not ideal either. 11, 12, 13, 14. You know, the funny thing, too, is like I actually made adjustments to my deck to make sure I have more expensive cards, and I'm playing like the Mechanizoas, too. Like, was I supposed to play the Pinnacle Killship in here as well? Like, should I have taken that thing? I don't know. Just like, my creature count wasn't super high either. They should attack with everything. But I don't know. They've played fairly defensively. So I don't know that they're going to do it. Like, using Faller's Faithful to target their own thing there. So the reason why I need to double block here is because they have a Dockworker drone. So if I block with the Scanship, they can sack the Dockworker drone. And if they have a removal spell, I'm dead anyways. So that was my thought process there. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I have no outs, but we're going to keep fighting, right? Fight the good fight. Hope for the best. Halia. Oof, they got a good deck. Okay, well, I mean, that's something. I just can't attack. That's the problem, right? I just can't attack. I have the 1 flyer here. The boosters is definitely doing work here. Perigee Beckoner, sure. All right, I think I'm dead. I've had enough. The Beckoner, I think, is enough there, and I just don't really have like combinations of cards that draw me out of that. All right, well, let's take a look here at. I just want to see, like, what else could I be doing? Maybe I should just build this deck with a few more flyers. Like, maybe I should just play the Wormwall Sweeper, cut the counterspell, and just be a little more aggressive. Should I play both Wormwall Sweepers? Works better with the Mechan Navigators and makes my Pulsar Squadron Aces better. If I do this, I probably should play some more of these 3-mana cards too. Yeah, maybe like a more aggressively slanted build is okay. I like the idea of this card with the sweepers. And then maybe cut Starbreach Whale. Like the Mechanizoa is cooler, I think, just because it's, you know, it's more expensive, so it's just like a big body in the late game, but also it just like instantly stations the Wormwall Sweeper, which is also pretty nice. All right. There's also some consideration to run 16 lands, but I don't think I want to get that greedy. Like, I have enough surveilling and looting and some card draw that I feel like I should be okay. And this is a more proactive version. No more of the counter spells. Maybe we can curve out a little bit better and try to win games that way. All right. We got a pair of Illvoid Galeblades and a Dockworker drone. I will note that I did make a last-second addition. You might see it. I actually did cut a land for a mental modulation. Hopefully that ends up being good for us. I turn 1 Slag Drill Scrapper in my opponent's red-green deck. Don't really want to Banishing Light anything right now. Oh. This feels like a Biosynthetic Burst, but I think that's okay. Also, when I have this much mana, it just like seems kind of rough for them to go for a Biosynthetic Burst, so maybe they don't. Like, do I even want to sack one of these? No? It's fine. I am concerned about Litho Breaking. Is that like a bad... Is that bad? It's like an irrational fear of it. But they would have cast it. I think. I hope. I don't know, we'll see. Just like having these flyers seems quite strong, so I'm just going with it. It feels like our opponent has like a Bombard, but they're like, it just feels so bad to use the removal, so they're not doing it. But they haven't really put up too much of a fight here. They could have like diplomatic relations, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look, again, it looks like they have a removal spell, right? Melt Strider's Resolve on an Elvoid Galeblade, sure. Yep. Oh, that is quite nice. So it still feels like they have Bombard. So I don't want to attack with the Scanship just yet. Cut Propulsion. That's what it was. Fair enough. Well, now I feel better about just like turning this on now. Alright. I mean, I suppose they could have Cut Propulsion plus Bombard, right? That's certainly on the table. Sometimes you got a Banishing Light a 1/4. And it's correct. Boom, our opponent's at 1 life. What you got? That's not a Mouth of the Storm. Hey, why not? Alright, well, we drew the right mix of lands and spells in that one. We drew all 3 of our Banishing Lights. And our opponent had a bit of a clunky start, so all of that lined up for a victory for us, and we are now sitting at 4-2. Okay. Respectable, right? You like when you have 4 wins and 2 losses, you basically get your gems back, you're good. Now we're playing with house money. Okay, opponent going first here. Yeah, solid hand for us. We have Island, 2 Plains, Double Cryo Shatter, Starfield Shepherd, Mechan Navigator, and Wormwall Sweeper. And now I think. This is where I gotta think. Cryo, like, can I afford to take 4 damage here so that I can play a 2-drop? I think the answer is yes. So I'm gonna play a Mechan Navigator. Take 4. Like, I have so much removal, right? And this lets me just get, like, loots going as well, set up my hand. Oh, and they missed a land drop. Holy cow. I did not expect that. I did not expect that. What do I pitch? I'll pitch the expensive card. Then let's get Wormwall Sweeper going. Definitely don't need lands. Wow. Okay. This is looking good. Let us warp this in. Get a Gale Blade. Do this. Do this. Hit for 2 in the air. Pass. All right. Okay, there's a swamp. Comet Crawler. Sure. Play Gale Blade. This is awkward just because, like, I really want to play Starfield Shepherd. And maybe I'm supposed to anyways. I think so. And, like, take a hit from this if necessary. Sure. I want to do this before I loot. Because I want to draw the Gale Blade. Let's throw the island away. Alright. I just wanted to add another large flyer to the battlefield. We're, like, going through all of our lands too, which is fantastic. Lots of looting and surveilling. And remember, we still have 2 bombs in our deck, right? Like, we have the 2 bombs in our deck. We have the Sliver Hive thing, and also, of course, the Riddler. By the way, what you see what our opponent's doing? Clearly, the key to success is complain about Mana Screw. And once you complain about Mana Screw, you're rock solid. Okay, Ilvoy Operative. Sure. We got a lot of loot value already, so I'm okay with that. And I will play the land so I can go Galeblade sack if I need to. And we have 3 flyers. They're at 11 life. It's another Comet Crawler, sure. And that is a Slag Drill Scrapper. There's a question as to whether or not I should hold off on this to get an extra counter on the operative. I think the answer is yes. Oh, wow. Well, there's the mental modulation. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're going to chump with the Comet Crawler. They go to 5. And, you know, we can crack some Gale Blades. if they have some kind of sweeper effect. Mutinous Massacre costs 7. The 0-point Ballad would be pretty annoying, but they did not have it, and we are now at 5 wins. Great, great feeling to be. You know, and now, like, given how this deck looks, I kind of wish I had the second Ilvoy Infiltrator over the Dockworker Drone. But again, I do think it's fairly close. Alright, we are on the play here with 2 islands, Ilvoy Operative, Cryo Shatters, ×2, and Mental Modulation. I'm going to keep this because I have the Mental Modulation. Like, this is already a 2-lander that can basically play every card in its hand. And I'm hoping that the Mental Modulation will just get me the white source that I need. Let's play the Operative here. See what kind of 2-drop they have here. Blooming Stinger, sure. Alright, so let's tap this. Alright, we did draw a land, and I guess I'll Cryo Shatter it to get the trigger on the Operative. But now, okay, so now, like, any land, right? Even an island, I would keep, obviously. Because then I can just play the Uthro Scan Ship, so. Noting that I am playing 9 islands and 7 plains. And there is the plains. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Looks like they have a counterspell here. Yeah. I mean, look, that Divert Disaster was probably going to get me anyways. And so, like, I wanted to keep sculpting my hand. And this just is a very, like, people only play this in their deck like half the time too. So, whatever. Right, Drix Fatemaker. There's a play. All right. Let's see if we hit a Wormwall Sweeper. Oh, we did. Yeah, I mean, of course I'll take it. Let's Cryo Shatter here. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna keep both. Drawing the Quantum Riddler means I'm going to draw 2 cards off of that next turn, which is going to be great. And it's going to let me instantly station up the Wormwall Sweeper. Nice. Our opponent also has a Quantum Riddler. Okay. And a Bite Spell. Very good turn for the opponent. Very good turn. Okay, yeah, no, that was fantastic. But we're going to get a little more value off of our Quantum Riddler, right? Let's warp this in. Why would... Okay, whatever. Okay. Let's do that. Let's warp this in. Beat down. Oh, wait. That wasn't good. I think I should have just played the Wormwall Sweeper. I think I should have just played this Wormwall Sweeper, honestly. I don't think this was actually good. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Okay. Alright, well, we have a lot of interesting choices here. You have a Quantum Riddler, but a lot of cards in hand. There's not too many ways to kill Thrumming Hivepool. So getting this in play earlier against the blue-green deck seems extremely strong. And I'm at a really high life total too. Holy cow. Really? Okay. Like, I have a Mechanist Zoa exiled. Okay. They're at 7 life. Do they have Unravel? I mean, maybe they have Unravel. Nope. Sure, I'll just keep everything. I gotta full control this. Because I want to play the Ilvoya Galeblade. I want to play the Ilvoya Galeblade on my upkeep to draw extra cards. Never mind. I mean, aren't they just dead? Like, I'm trying to figure out what they can have here. All my slivers are double strikers. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. Beat an opposing Quantum Riddler. Feels good. Alright, back into 30s. Okay. Respectable run, and we now have 6 wins. Okay. You know? This is weird, because like I feel like in some of the games we've been losing and we came back. Like, I don't feel like I'm 6-2 right now. Have you ever had those runs? Where you're just like, you feel like you're just losing always, and all of a sudden you randomly trophy. I don't know. Hopefully that happens to us. Hopefully that happens to us here. All right, here we go. Playing for the trophy on the play. I will keep. It's another 2-island hand, but though my thought process here is I have this Ilvoy Galeblade, which I can use to cash in for another card if I need. I mean, obviously just drawing a plains here would be incredible. Okay. We drew the plains. I don't want to play it just yet, though. You know what I mean? Like, if they play a swamp or a mountain and kill something, that's a bad feeling. But if they play a creature, I can go Station Monitor plus Cryo Shatter. All right, that's an Ilvoy Operative, and we are going to do absolutely... We're 100% going to do this. Like, the damage has been done, is the way that I look at this. Like, the damage has been done. Like, if they kill my Station Monitor, it was a 2-mana investment, and I still have a 1/1 flyer. And my opponent's blue-black, like, they certainly want to get to the late game, and we're going to try to do everything in our power to prevent that from happening. Now, 0-point ballot for 2. I will just continue complaining about how there's too many sweepers in the format. But if they have like a depressurize, obviously they're incentivized to use that. Okay, so Mech can shield me. I think they're going to go Embrace Oblivion. No, just Hull Carver. Okay. Fair enough. Sure. Gain some life. I mean, I might have to Banishing Light this Hull Carver. It really just depends on what they play. But currently just going to the skies. Cryo Shatter on Flight Deck Coordinator. Okay. Interesting that they didn't do that on my 2/2 flyer. Tells me they probably have another removal spell? Right? I'm not gonna play into Unravel. So I'm just going to wait. I'm just not going to do it. Yeah, I think they should have put it here. All right. There is a Dauntless Scrap Bot. They're just going to die to my flyer. They're hitting me for 1. Okay. So awkward. There's so much more value. No, I can't. I don't want this to get countered. I'm going to warp this in. Like, I could have drawn an extra card, but I'm going to play around Divert Disaster. I will. They could have played this last turn. Okay, I have a Banishing Light, but I'm just going to play an Operative. Oh, it resolved. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so we missed out on an extra card, but I think it's worth it to play around a blue opponent that has this much mana up. And we're still obviously looking very, very good here. I still can't get over the fact that they cryo-shattered my Flight Deck Coordinator and not my 2/2 flyer, without any flyers in their hand. Yeah, I missed out on a +1/+1 counter here too, but I don't think that's that relevant on this board. I'm at 25 life. What are you doing? I think they have a sweeper. I'm not playing the Quantum Riddler. This is where I kind of, if they have a removal spell, that would be fine. Ilvoy Light Jammer. Okay. Do I play it now? Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I have Lethal in the air, which is what makes me not want to do this. I'm just gonna wait. Like, the way that they're attacking me, and I don't know, it just feels like they have a Wrath. But if they don't have a Wrath, I'm okay. You know what I mean? So that's my thought process. Like, it's one of those, we're so far ahead, how can we lose? Type situations. Alright, well there you go. Our opponent just had Stone Nothing. That was not much of a fight. We did draw our best cards. And, I mean, especially that Signpost Uncommon. And we are now ranked 24. It's a good number. 24 is a good number. And a really, really great run. Very, very entertaining draft in general. Lots of close games. We made some small changes, you know, even as we were playing. And I think they were generally positive. The Flight Deck, like, I feel like having more spacecrafts makes the Pulsar Squadron Ace better. We did find the sweeper off of that. And then it also makes it so that the Navigator becomes better. And this also helps me find the big cards in the late game. And then I could play the Coordinator to gain some life. So I just felt like it all worked out. And then we had a bunch of really solid removal and a bunch of flyers to kind of close out the game. Then, and of course, Quantum Riddler and Thrumming Hive Pool both definitely pulled their weight in allowing us to win our fair share of kind of the closer, grindier games. But that's it. Blue-white, 7-2. Solid deck. We opened the best rare in the entire format. And yeah, it delivered. This card is, like, look, it didn't even need that second line of text. I get why they did it. They want to make it mythic. But if this was literally like, okay, let's just put it this way. If you took away 2 toughness from this creature and removed the second line, as long as you have 1 or fewer cards, it would still be a really, really good card. But this card was pushed. 4/6, can't bombard it. And I even read this card wrong. I thought you needed to be hellbent, but you actually can have one card in your hand. And yeah, I mean, this card's absolutely ridiculous. Take it, play it, profit, have a good time. But all in all, smooth deck. I do think this is more or less where we should have been, right? Like white seemed so open in pack 1. We got we got triple Banishing Light, and then it just totally dried up. So, you know, it's like, it is what it is, but we still ended up with a really, really nice configuration of cards, gave ourselves a trophy and a ranking of top 24. The season is close to ending, but I'm just really, really happy with my results for the season in general. This month has been going way, way better for me. I think in the first month, I think I was sitting at like high 50% win rate. It's like one of the lowest I've ever had. And I did have to make some adjustments, but now taking a look, you know, I'm bringing it up now. We are sitting at 64% for the season. So, you know, that's about average for like a reasonable Mythic player, right? And that's good. And for the current season, we are at 69%. And that's also very, very solid. So, yep, feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. I've done a pretty decent job of figuring this format out. When to take the value cards, when to take the cards for your curve. Also, I think I'm doing a pretty reasonable job of just like trying to find the open lane and drafting a bunch of different colors. Like, I haven't just been forcing the one comfortable archetype every single time. I think I've done a pretty decent job of at least showcasing green decks, white decks, blue decks, black decks, red decks, just everything that's available. So and I like that. I like the fact that it's just me not finding the 3 good colors and forcing that every single time. I thought in the beginning it would just be teamer all day, every day. But honestly, there's a lot of, you know, this format feels very balanced. I still have some gripes with the format, but I will say the format is fairly balanced. And that is one good thing about the format that I'll say. Anyways, that's one trophy. Maybe we can get one more trophy here before we close out this season. It's been a pretty good month, and hopefully we can carry that over to another successful month in September. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Also check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternities, or pre-order some Spider-Man, or you wanted some singles for your standard, Pioneer, Modern, or Commander decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.